I think, let's just do it the easy way out and use the calculator and the multiplication chart. Okay? So get one or both of those things out. And also it's a division chart as well. So get one or both things out for these. Whilst I get these in order. So we're going to go addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. We're going air, fire, earth, and water. That's how we're going to be doing it. Okay? So let's see here. So addition, and those should be in perfect order. Okay? And also, as we're going through this, this will be your notes, okay, that you have glued in, okay? I want you, because here's how it's going to work. So on all of these sheets of paper, it has over to, the left column, all of the story problems. And then over to the right column, there is, oh my word, look. Oh, I am so sorry. I really did not realize that it gave away the answers here. I am so... Okay, what was I thinking? Okay, I thought that these were, like, you would circle one or another. Okay. Alright, well, so over there, apparently it has the answers and the equations on there. Well, we'll still do it anyway, and act like it didn't have that over there, okay? So, don't think that, don't go out thinking, oh, it just gives it away, I don't have to do anything. No, that's not, that's not what we're going to be doing, okay? I apparently didn't read it right. But so anyway, so be it. So, alright, so we're going to start off with the very, very first one, and what you're going to be doing is what I want you to do. Now, when you were probably in school, your teacher has probably told you to show your work, okay? To show what you did to solve an equation. So that's what I want you to do. Okay, so, I don't want you to, you don't have to, show it, you don't have to solve it step by step, but at least show just, the generals of how you got it, write the answer down, but secretly you're solving it through a calculator. Okay? So, let's start with the first one. Laura has 8 marbles, so we're dealing with marbles. And then Dennis gives Laura 3 more. 3 more. How many marbles does Laura have at all? We'll obviously be adding, hence why we say in all, because that's one of the words for addition that we just looked at. And, also with all the different signs, I hope that you wrote down words that, that would help you to determine how you were solving it, how you were solving the story problem. So, if Laura has 3 marbles, and then she gets 3 more marbles, 3 more marbles. It's not asking how many more, but giving 3 more. 3 extra. Then we would, what would we be doing? Yes, adding. So, adding 8 plus 3, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, Laura has about 11 marbles. Okay? And to be able to do that, we're going to, here's what I want you to do, to be able to write it out. And it probably has it, written out. But so, here, we have, 8 marbles. So writing the number out with the object that we're using, and then 3 more. So 8 marbles plus 3 more marbles gives us 11 marbles. And then also, when you are putting down answers for your problems, okay, for your story problems, the number, and also remember the label, because, if I look at 11, 11 horses, 11 coins, no, 11 marbles is the thing that we are using here, and you've obviously seen, marbles, and also, additionally, I would requirely recommend that you put the label. So it says, well, not the label, but, that keyword is asking us using in all. So that would be the fullest answer that you could possibly give. Say if you were writing 11 by hand or the equals 1. Okay. So, we're going to move on to the next one. So, Jesse has 7 candles. No, candies, sorry. Ernest gives Jesse 7 more. How many candles does Jesse have in all? This is the same genuine scenario as the first one. Same concept. Someone has this amount of an object, and then someone gives them, a number more of it. And then how many, what does it add up to? So, Jesse has 7 candies. And then Ernest gives Jesse 7 more. You can picture this in your head. Okay? So how many would be in total? How many, what would that add up to? So, obviously, using in all, we would be adding, and 7 plus 7, as you know, is 14. So, we have 7 candies, and then, 3 more, no, sorry, 7 more, I was reading the other one, and then, that would equal 14 candies, I don't know what okay, so, remember, number, label, and then keyword, I want to use the word, solving word. All of the little, words for all the different, equations, like in all and total, those are all solving words. Okay, just to help you out. And you can write that down in your notes as well. Okay? So, that's that one. Now, let's see if we can do, okay. Alright, so let's move on to the next one. So Beverly has 6 oranges. So we obviously know how much he has. Antonio has 3 oranges. Okay, 3 oranges. So if Antonio gives all of his oranges to Beverly, how many oranges will Beverly have? So Beverly has 6, and Antonio has 3. So if Antonio gives his 3 oranges to Beverly, how many oranges would Beverly, how many more would Beverly have? What would add it up to? And if you think about it, which is pretty easy, we're adding 6 oranges to plus 3 oranges. So 6 plus 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 oranges. 9 oranges. Okay, you'll need to put a solving word. Just 9 oranges, a number, and then, the label. So, if I was having oranges, and someone would give me more oranges, what is the total number of oranges that I have now? Okay, so that's another way of saying it. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so Walter has 2 blocks. Catherine has 9 blocks. If Catherine gives all her blocks to Walter, how many blocks would Walter have? How many would Walter have? So, if I have 2 blocks, and then Catherine has 9, and then, she has more blocks than Walter, and she's giving all of her blocks to Walter, how many blocks in total would Walter have? And that's, pretty easy, because we're adding, we would obviously be, adding to find out, a bigger number. So, 9 plus 2, so remember, labels 2 blocks, plus 9 blocks, equals 9, 10, 11 blocks. Okay, so that's that one. Now, let's move on to the 4 crayons in a box, and Albert puts 9 more crayons inside. How many crayons are in the box? Okay. So, to be able to do this, so those 4 crayons in a box already, so those 4 already, we need to know how many there are already, and then someone puts 9 more crayons inside with those 4. So how many do we have now? We would be adding 9 plus 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 4 crayons, and then adding 9 more crayons. Just put 9 crayons. 19, 11, 12, 13 crayons. Or you can put it in the box as well. Okay, so that is that one. Now, I want you to turn to the page that is subtraction. I want you to turn to the subtraction page. Subtraction page. Alright, so easy subtraction word problems. Okay, so, let's see here. Now, so, now we're talking about weighing in pounds. Okay, so, Christine weighs about, 28 pounds. Okay, weighs about 28 pounds. And then Wanda weighs about 5 pounds. Okay, Wanda weighs about 5 pounds. And then, how much heavier is Christine than Wanda? So Christine weighs 28, and then Wanda weighs 5. For this, we would be, as it says at the top, using subtraction for this. Okay, so, comparing, if we're thinking about weighing pounds and someone else weighing pounds, we would be subtracting that one. So, we have 20, let's see here. So, okay, so 28 pounds, okay, 28 pounds, and then weighing about 5 pounds. So subtracting 5 pounds, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23 pounds. And we're putting the number label, and also word for subtraction is how much. how much, which is ironic. So, okay. So, that's that one. I'm not going to do every one on here. But I'm just going to do, let's see here. Okay, let's do the bottom one. So there are 94 cards in a box. Kimberly takes 91 cards. So how many are left? How many of these cards are left? Let's see here. I remember that you do not have the answers on these sheets of paper. You don't have the answers. I completely forgot about it. Because I forgot that I cut those out already. Alright, so that was a good save. Okay, let's see here. So, there were 94 cards in the box. Okay, so we know that there were already 94 cards. And then Kimberly takes 91 cards. So there's 94 cards, and then she takes 91 away. So obviously, it would be a smaller number. It would be a smaller number. So for this, if we have this amount of cards, and then we're taking it away, obviously we have less cards. So for 3, so 94 minus 91 is, that would be 3. So we have 3 cards. So, to be able to figure that out, so we have 94 and then minus 3 cards. So 1, 2, so 1, 2, 3, we take 3 away. Okay? So that is that one. Remember to put labels on there as well. Okay? And then, let's see here. Okay, so, okay, let's do the second one. So, Mary removes 60 Skittles from a jar. There were originally 69 Skittles in the jar. How many Skittles are left? Left is your solving word for subtraction in the jar. So if we have 60 Skittles, okay, 60 Skittles in a jar, okay, so, okay, let's actually start. So those 69 Skittles, and then Maria moves 60 from the jar. How many would be left in the jar? Yeah, okay. So what we have to do is obviously we're subtracting, finding a smaller number. So 69 Skittles, and then 60 Skittles. So 69 minus 60 is just 9. And, so taking it away, because 60 plus 9, 69. So 69, just 9 Skittles, and maybe also put left. You'd have to put left on a jar, but just left. Okay, so that's really all that I wanted to do for that one, because they're all kind of, just the same. Okay, so now we're going to be doing the division one. And we might come back to another set of problems, maybe slightly more challenging ones, maybe later down the line. But this is good to begin with. So you're getting an idea for this. So let's actually move on. Let's kind of go out of order here to the division one. Let's do the division one. Let's do the division. So that's going to be a little different. So the division. Okay, so on the division one, so actually in your notes, turn to the division page, okay? And I completely forgot that I cut out the answers because all of my papers have, well, not all of them, but a couple of them, two or three of them have all of the answers written on it, and so grateful that I remembered to do that. So I completely forgot about it. So that was amazing. Okay. But you're gonna find that on this one I didn't have to, because on the division problems you need to write out. This is when I said that you need to show your work on these. Okay, you need to show your work on these. Okay, writing out the answer on these, and then showing your work, and then solving it, being able to figure out. So on the division one, I want you to, have an idea, and what we're going to be, actually, no, because you know what you're going to be doing for all these. So, I hope that you'll be able to do a paper of all of these problems, easy or hard, and then addition, subtraction, multiplying, divide, mixed in. So there are 3 students in the class and 27 apples. So we know the situation. 3 students in the class and 27 apples. That's a pretty small class. If the apples are divided equally among the students, how many does each student get? It's logic. So 3 students. So we have the 3. So there was, okay. So there is the total. There is the total, and the total is not what it's asking us. So the question is, how many does each student get? And so let's assume that we have the total, which we're trying to find out the apples. Okay, so the total for this question would be 27. So we know that there are 27 apples in all. And with these problems, there's one way, and then, within the problem, there's another way, just, kind of, flipping it around in different operations and different answers. This is the division way. So let's say 27 apples, okay? And we know how many students in the class that there are, which is 3. And then how many does each student get? Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be dividing 3 into 27. And this deals with groups. So we already know how many students, we already know how many apples, how many do they get equally. 3 divided into 27 would be, and this is pretty easy, 9. So 3, so actually, here, what I want you to do is I want you to write it out in the answer columns. Okay, so writing it out. So 3 students, and then we know that there was 27 apples. Okay, so we're trying to find out how many did each student get. So we are going to, actually here. Okay, so I did tell you that division was backwards multiplication, so we're just going to go that route for this problem. So 3 into 27 is 9, so 3 times 9 equals 27. 3 into 27 is 9, or 9 into 27 is 3, in and out, different ways. So, another way of saying this is that there's 3 students in the class, and each student gets 9 apples. And then how many apples are there in total? In total is multiplication and that would be setting up like a multiplication. Just as a little introduction for that. Okay, so I want you to write the problem out with the labels. Okay, so 9 apples. So just on that 9, put just put apples on there. Okay. So now we're gonna move on to the next problem. Okay, I'm just going to let's see here. Okay. So I'm thinking that I want to do let's do the next one. So Stefan. Alright, so Stefan has invited 3 friends to a party. He has about 6 cookies. How many cookies will each friend get? So let's say for the total that it would be 6. So 6 would be the total. Okay, so 6 cookies. And the total of the problem typically goes over there, but we'll divide it. So 6 cookies, and then he's invited 3 friends to a party. So we know how many friends are to the party, and we know how many cookies are in all. So how many cookies will each friend get? So 3 friends at a party, 6 in all. And we're dividing it. So for this, we will be dividing 3 into 6 is 2. Okay, so 3 friends. That's not even spelled right. 3 friends, and then 6 cookies. And then how many does each friend get? 2 cookies. So if we have 3 friends divided into 6 cookies, we get 2 cookies. Okay? So that's that. We're not going to do every one on here. Do every type, but not every one. Let's do the last one. Let's do the second to the last one. Judy. Okay, I'm not going to write it out. So Judy has 20 pencils stoned in boxes. If there are 5 boxes, how many pencils must go in each box? So again, we know in total that there are 20 pencils. That'll be our total number. Okay? And there are 5 boxes. So 5 boxes. So 5 boxes, and then 20 total pencils. And then how many pencils are in each box? So there are 5, and then into 20. Obviously, we would be dividing, and that would be 4. Okay? So 4 pencils in each of the 5 boxes would make 20 pencils in total. And we're going to get into the division way of doing it. We'll know the the multiplication way of doing it. You're going to see these problems in another way of writing it out. So multiplication and division are, multiplication is just backwards division, and vice versa. So you're gonna see it here. Okay, and also on your answers, put the label as well as the number. So that is all that I wanted to do for that. And now the next thing that I want to do is the multiplication. So now I want you to, and I haven't wrote those 2 things in, but I'm asking you to do it. Now we're going to be doing the multiplication. page. Okay, so we're going to do the multiplication page. Okay, so I want you in your notes or on your sheet of paper to turn to multiplication side, where you're labeled and you have that in. Okay, so we're going to begin. So I'm going to see which ones that we want. So okay, well, now let's just start off with the first one. So the first one says, there were 9 apples in each box. How many apples are in 6 boxes? So we do not know the total yet. We do not know the total. So we know that there are 9 apples. 9 apples. And we know that there are 6 boxes. So in division speaking, we know that that there are 6 boxes and there were 9 apples in each box. Okay, let's see here. So we know that there were 6 boxes, 9 apples in each box. And so we would find out, how many apples are there in total. So we'd be taking all those apples in in the 6 boxes and, adding up to find out, how many of them are on all of those. So we'll be multiplying 9 times 6 is 54. Let me just make sure that my math is correct. Yes, it is. So 54 apples. And then also on this, you're putting the answer, the label, and then the solving word or words in total. So 54 apples in total. 9 apples in 6 boxes would be 54 in total. Okay. So, Nicole, okay, let's, skip down to, let's skip down to the third one. So each child has 4 tickets. If there are 6 children, how many tickets are there in total? In total is your solving word. Okay? So, there's 2 boxes of tickets. 2 boxes. Each box holds 2 tickets. Okay, so 2 boxes, 2 tickets. How many tickets does